I mean, that just, speaks to the problem and really puts it in light even more than I thought it was. So, this is one thing that I'm very passionate about. And, it's getting the message out is what's the most difficult thing is that, leaving your 401k behind is a big problem, and not consolidating those, not having financial advisors by your side to help you, in a sense, select the right investments that meet your goals and to actively manage those portfolios. And, so basically what these statistics tell me is exactly what my concerns are all the time is they've been, it's a set it and forget it type of thing. And, I speak about this all the time, even in our seminars and workshops. It's like, it's not fair, and people could be in a much better position for retirement. Honestly, one of the key, most shocking things, and with the most biggest deterrent to people reaching their goals and be able to retire with the right amount of money, is this problem here where they've left these 401ks behind. They have no idea what they're invested in, right? Are they invested for growth? Are they just sitting there earning no interest, no dividends? Are they sitting in a money market? Are they in an ineffective bond fund? Are they properly allocated? What are the expenses, rates of return, all these kind of things? I just have no idea, right? So, it's very concerning. So the best thing to do is open up an IRA, open up your own personal IRA, get with an advisor. Okay. Don't try to do this on your own. Get with an advisor, have all of those 401ks consolidated and rolled into your own personal IRA. We can show you how to, buy a home in there if you want to, in a self-directed IRA. So that's the first and foremost is get a hold of the situation. And so, like you said earlier, the problem is like you got all these 401ks or IRAs and you have no idea how they're invested. And so sometimes, very rarely though, that could maybe worked in your favor. I have a funny kind of story myself. As I had just recently, I had a deferred compensation plan where this company would defer comp into a retirement account. And this was in 2020, and I had some money in there. And I had, being that I'm in a stock, I'm not afraid of the stock market. I'm an aggressive investor. I had selected an aggressive growth allocation in that IRA. Well, I completely forgot about that IRA. It was small, wasn't a big deal, but I just located it recently. I was thinking about consolidating, reviewing my assets, and I found this IRA. And basically looked it up and got the login. I had to call the company, get the login. Logged in. It doubled. It doubled in 6 years. Like, thank goodness I did forget about it, right? But unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that aren't properly invested. Maybe, emotions got the best of them. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know where to put the money. So maybe they're in something way too conservative and they've missed this amazing bull run that we've had over the last 10 years. That's what I commonly see, is that the biggest problem and unfortunate thing that's happened is that people are not going to reach their retirement goals because they haven't been properly invested and they haven't been able to catch this great bull market. I mean, money has doubled, and normally it takes 10 years to double your money, but money's been doubling in 5 to 6 years because of the bull market that we've had. So not being able to reach your goals is certainly one of the biggest problems you're going to have, and you're going to retire with a lot less money. So let's get these things organized, consolidated, all into one IRA. If you're in one IRA, you know what your investments are, you know what your fees and expenses are, you know what your rate of return is. It's just easier to manage, right? So that's shocking to me that I know people change jobs a lot, and I think the miscalculation or kind of the misconception for a lot of people is like, well, it's fine, it's safe where it is, I'll get to it eventually. I'm probably not paying a lot of fees, and if I work with an advisor, I'm going to pay fees and all this kind of stuff. But we can show you how you can work with an advisor and probably not pay any more than you're already paying internally in those mutual funds and at those 401k providers.